Today on the Topping Show, Elon Musk saves Daily Wire and then purges those who censored them. Target donates to kid-friendly Pride events. Senator John Fetterman's aide says that he wants to overturn the Second Amendment. U.S. Cardinal says that Americans should give up their guns. YouTube changes their policy around voter fraud coverage. Chase has some technical issues at the bank. Meta Facebook wants employees back in the office. Amazon to offer wireless to Prime members. And Boeing is indefinitely canceling their Starflight. All that and much, much more on The Topping Show. Now, going on to the Culture Power podcast, you have Elon Musk saving the Daily Wire. Now, Elon claims that the premiere of Daily Wire's premiere of What of a Woman canceling was a mistake and that it is definitely allowed. Now, there were some rumors that he was in the room when the staff of Twitter were saying, we're not going to allow this documentary to be premiered, and Elon appeared okay with it. I'm a little skeptical of that, just given Elon's positions on free speech. He's not an absolutist. The traditional litmus test I usually ask people when I want to see if they truly believe in free speech is the Alex Jones test. Do you believe he has a right to free speech? Should he be on the platform? And Elon did not allow Alex Jones back on the platform when he first bought the company, and he brought on a lot of deactivated and formerly blocked and suspended accounts. And Alex Jones says a lot of crazy things. It's even more concerning when a lot of those things actually turn out to be true. But when people asked, are you going to let him back on, Elon gave a very emotionally charged opinion about the situation. And given the situation that I've learned about Alex Jones and the lawsuits around Sandy Hook, I think Elon had an inaccurate understanding of the situation and what Alex Jones was trying to do. Elon was under the impression that Alex Jones was intentionally using emotional rhetoric to increase the funds on his channel and increase his sales. And in terms of the overall coverage, I think it's less than 26 minutes in terms of how much coverage Alex Jones gave on that specific topic. And his whole shtick and his whole show is about conspiracy theories, so I wasn't too surprised that he had one about this scenario. And there have been false flags many times in United States history. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what he's saying. He's an American. He should have the right to say it. That was the foundation our country was built upon. A cliche as old as time is, I may not agree with what you are saying, but I'll fight to the death for your right to say it. That used to be a philosophy that every American believed in. And Elon, he said no. Now, Elon did bring back the Babylon Bee, who were famously canceled when they actually, quote unquote, misgendered someone in the US government and make a joke about it, and the old Twitter overlords decided to nuke that account. Now, Elon saved this premiere of the Daily Wire, What is a Woman premiere, so it was allowed to show. He changed it so that it could be shared, and he also went above and beyond. He actually tweeted himself the documentary. Now, keep in mind, he is the most followed person on the platform. I believe he has about 135 million followers. That's an astronomical number. Now, not to brag, but I do have 233. Follow me in the bio or the description of the video. But he, I believe, went above and beyond. So he remedied the situation, made sure that you could share it, you could like it, you could comment on the video. It would actually show up in people's feeds. Important. And when he tweeted it, within a couple hours, he had 115,000 retweets. So people saw Elon's tweet, and then they retweeted it on their platform to share with everyone that they're connected with. Elon's tweet of the movie premiere also had, within about a day, 375,000 likes and 59.2 million views. So he went above and beyond and saved that premiere so that Daily Wire could promulgate those ideals, reach a new audience, which is key, and continue their acceleration of growing one of the largest or fastest growing independent conservative media companies in the United States. They have about 250 employees headquartered in Nashville, Tennessee, and they have a great talent pool of folks who have unique voices and opinions. And in a world of ever-growing mediocrity and everything sounding the same, I especially am appreciative of new distinct opinions and those who do not bend the knee and truly stick by their convictions, a rare thing in and of itself, especially these days. Now, this also goes to show you the dangers of middle management. When Elon first took over, he fired about 5,200 inept employees. There was a lot of people who didn't do anything. Like, I don't mean that as a joke. I mean, literally, they had vlogs where this one gal famously, she had a vlog where, which is what the kids say as recording your daily interaction. She went to the office at Twitter headquarters for about 25-minute meeting. And the rest of the day was her drinking wine in the office, having a spa day, having a buffet, playing ping pong. Everything but actual work was what she was doing. There were a lot of employees like that. And when he took over, he let people know we're going to have to work like hell to make this be an actual profitable, solid business. Because for years they've been bleeding money. And he wants to get a good ROI. He wants to stabilize the business so that they're not bleeding money constantly, aka losing money constantly. So he fired a lot of people. He used to have 7,500 employees. Now he's got to about 2,000 employees. Now, hilariously, great analogy perhaps with the government, the interaction for the end user and the consumer was about the same. There's been a couple of hiccups, but if anything, it's gotten better because he allowed more free speech on the platform and he brought back a lot of the previously suffocated and suspended accounts. But still, this occurred because of middle management. And Elon actually turned out to be in another country during the initial interaction of the censorship when Twitter said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna shadow ban your film, Daily Wire." So imagine the frustration. You're in, I believe you're in Shanghai for a Tesla expansion, and imagine coming out of that meeting and you open your phone, you're like, some a-hole over in California is trying to censor something that Daily Wire just committed to Twitter, saying we're going to bring our premier talent onto your infrastructure because we don't believe in YouTube, because YouTube is censoring more and more and more. I somewhat suspect why will my videos get less and less views depending on the topics. So Daily Wire put a huge vote of confidence into Twitter, and they invested in Twitter because they're paying for these ads. They're paying to get a new audience to expand their ideals in their company. But the middle management nearly kneecapped that entire premiere. So I don't know how many people Elon Musk needs to fire, but he needs to ramp up that and get some new talent that actually believes in free speech, which unfortunately is becoming a rarer and rarer thing to find it in the United States these days. Now, Elon Musk purges Twitter employees who censored the Daily Wire. Perhaps the best news I've heard all year in terms of doing the right thing and trying to right a sinking ship. Now, this comes from the fact that, of course, Twitter said, "Hey, Daily Wire, we're going to allow your premiere of What is Woman." Then they said, "Hey, yeah, we're actually not going to let you do that. We're going to have it so that even your followers won't see the premiere. So even if you're following Ben Shapiro, Matt Walsh, some of the top talent, and they put in their feed, your followers won't see it. Yet alone the audience you're newly trying to reach." So thankfully, Elon was able to get rid of some of that middle management fat. Now, Elon he noted, quote, "We are updating the system tomorrow so that those who follow at Real Daily Wire will see it in their feed. But it won't be recommended to non-followers, nor will any advertising be associated with it," unquote. Now, he then elaborated to say, quote, "Commenting and deliberate sharing will be allowed. Sensitive content just won't be pushed to people unless they ask for it or friends will send it to them," unquote. Now, it was one of the few instances where Elon was ratioed, the phenomenon youth use as a term in which the original statement actually has more people agreeing with the replies that go against that. So he said, "Oh yeah, we're going to do this," and everyone goes, "Well, that's not really what you stand for. That's really not what you said you're going to be doing." He fixed a couple things, but again, the Daily Wire needs to reach a new audience. That's why they're investing in Twitter, so that new audience members can see their platform. They can see their great content, and they will pay for Daily Wire Plus, their paid subscription that the company uses to not only feed and employ all their awesome employees, but to expand the business and further reach a greater audience to promulgate their ideals. That's why they're investing in Twitter. It's all about expanding that audience. So I was a little disappointed that Elon's not going full bore trying to fix it. Now, thankfully, he did get rid of some of those inept employees. Now, of course, we live in a day and age where the longer the title or the more superfluous or the more fancy the title on someone's business cards is, the more I'm skeptical. So a top, quote, safety executive, quote unquote, Ela Irwin, resigned. Now, when people on Twitter ask, hey, Elon, did you get rid of her? So Elon did confirm that her leaving was directly related to the suspension and the suppression of the Daily Wire's premiere of What is a Woman. So it is good that he got rid of that tumor who didn't believe in free speech and wanted to censor them. But how many more of those people are there? He's done a lot of good things purging the talent pool there, but there's clearly still people who want to suppress that. And he just hired that new CEO who has a very murky background of working. This person, she's worked for the Democrats and Republicans, so she's worked for many people, but her whole background is advertising. She's being brought in so that Twitter can increase their revenue from advertising sales. Advertisers do not like most controversy. They're usually the reasons why Twitter in the past had censored so many people on the right. Because people traditionally on the right do not actually stand up and protest or promulgate their ideals. So businesses are okay censoring them, but people on the left, they have to bend the knee and cater to them completely. Thankfully, conservatives have executed the Bud Light boycott, and in business, that is unprecedented and is a great thing in terms of actually achieve their outcome of letting a business know, if you go against our value systems, we will not purchase your product. So it'll be interesting to see, can Elon truly make it a beacon of free speech, or will it just acquiesce to the original or the Jack Dorsey default, the founder, where they just censor whatever they're told and they let a little bit of free speech? Now, I'm optimistic he did get rid of that person, and I really hope he continues to bring on new talent who are diehard free speech absolutists who really want to promulgate the ideal that I may not agree with everything you're saying. I will die for your right to say it. And I truly hope Elon takes that to heart and continues that methodology and really brings it even further to the light at Twitter, and Daily Wire is able to expand on that platform, as well as many other businesses. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Cannot thank you enough. Also, really appreciate when you like, subscribe, and comment. Each one of those things helps grow and develop the channel. Appreciate the feedback. Also, don't forget to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell anyone and everyone, tell your enemies. Remember, just stay safe and fight the good fight.